So I want to discuss that word faith with you right now. And, faith is actually one of those funny words that it sounds ancient and old and it sounds like something biblical, and you kind of just don't really want to listen to that word faith from the person that's saying the word faith, because you just feel like you're being lectured by a grandpa or a grandma or something. Have faith, or some pastor. But words are funny because once you just change the word, it makes more sense in that context. So that if I can say the word trust, can you trust yourself, or can you just trust life? That might feel a little bit easier. But the thing is with faith and then trust is one thing they both have in common is I have no idea. I literally have no idea what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, if it happens, what happens next. I'm in this void of not knowing. Because a lot of people, when they say I have faith in this is going to work out for me, or I trust this is going to work out for me, they actually have an agenda about what should happen. And then if it doesn't happen, they feel bad. Or if it doesn't go exactly how they think it should go, they feel unsatisfied. But that's not what trust or faith or whatever word you want to use is leading you to. It's leading you to nothing needing to happen. Not knowing, not only that nothing is happening or nothing needs to happen, but I have no idea, but I'm okay. I have no idea what tomorrow will be, but in this moment right now, how I feel is perfectly fine, because it doesn't matter what happens tomorrow. It doesn't matter what happens in 2 days, 3 days, a week, a month, next year, 5 years. I do not care. Because all that matters to me is how I feel right now. And how I feel right now will dictate the next 100 years. We don't understand that we will never reach this place called 6 months from now, a year from now. It will never get better. I know that's a hard thing to hear, but it will never get better until you realize the only place you have ever been and will ever be is where you are right now. So if where you are right now does not feel right, 6 months from now will be exactly the same in how you feel right now. It will never change. If you think that anxiety, that depression is going to magically shift out of your life later on, some other day, other than right now, like you just know it's going to get better. No. This is how we get stuck. This is how you get in your loops. This is how things seem to be put into so much effort to make changes, yet nothing happens, because you're still chasing this feeling of everything needing to be done when everything is done. There's nothing else that is required by you other than just knowing you're okay right now with how things are right now. And then that, paradoxically, it's the craziest thing. That's when things shift. When you're absolutely okay with the chaos that's in your life right now, or the uneasiness, or the sadness. You welcome the depression. You say, hey, it's been a long time. I haven't hung out with you in a while. Let's hang out. You welcome that depression with open arms, or you welcome that anxiety with open arms, because what you are does not judge what arises in your present tense now. Anything that resists whatever arises in your present tense now will inevitably perpetuate until you finally say, it's fine to be here. It's okay to be here. And that's the paradox of making changes in your life, is to not even accept, but just be open to everything. Do not mind what happens. Don't switch it up and be like, I'm gonna just shut off my emotions. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying whatever happens, good or bad, I don't mind. I don't mind. And that's freedom. That's faith. That's trust. Not needing to know how things happen, because all that matters is how you feel right now. And this is the only place you've ever been. I can promise you that. You've never been anywhere else but being here now. It seems like your story takes place in this chain of events, but that can only happen in this imaginary faculty called memory, or this imagination that leads you into another future, and all in this invisible place called your mind. But that all takes place in your now. Your past is created in your now. Your future is created. There's nothing but this now. And I don't even like to say the word now anymore, because it's not even now. It's just a present tense awareness of being that's timeless, that's eternal, that has no limit. And the mind does not want to go there, because once the mind uncovers this limitless space, it will die. It will die. Because the mind can only live in linear time. It can only think in past or future. It can never know what's arising within the present now moment, if we want to say moment. It can't. It's impossible. You can't even put words to it. So it will do everything in its power to avoid to be okay now. And as long as you can just see that and not be invested too much into the journey of, improvement, of getting better, which is fine, but as long as you don't see that as the source of your joy, as the source of your happiness, you will be absolutely free, completely free from anything. Whatever happens in your life, good or bad, it doesn't matter, because it really doesn't matter. The source of your eternal joy is in the absence of that. And you just let things come up as they come up, how they come up. It doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter. And we can just fall in love with this idea of allowing everything to just stop and slow down and just go along for the ride without any investment too heavily on the outcomes. Because it's perfect already. And then we can trust that. The more you actually apply what I'm suggesting, and do not even dare to just believe me by just hearing me say this, you need to test this out for yourself. You need to prove this to yourself, to know the evidence from experience, from your direct experience, not from somebody else's words, not from my words, not from anybody else's words. And you will want to avoid doing this. It's very normal to avoid doing this, to just sit and realize, I don't actually have to do anything to feel complete. There's all this activity that I need to do is just in this invisible place called thinking. And where is that located? Nowhere. These images in your head are located nowhere. You can't point to them. You can't even look at them directly. They're just thoughts, images, leading you to a better tomorrow, leading you somewhere. but it's always going somewhere. It'll never stop. It will never stop. It can't stop, because when it stops, it dies. But you don't have to stop it. You can just see through its own illusion, and then that is enough for the self to actually shine through. When I say self, I don't mean many selves. I don't mean individual souls that people occupy. I mean the only one that's listening right now. There's only one listening to these words right now. It's not many people. There's only one listener. And that's the self with a capital S. And that one listener is the only one that listens. It's not people. There's never been multiple people, multiple souls. It's all just one encompassing self, diluted into many different experiences from many different perspectives, but it's all apparent. It's all just a play, it's all the dream, it's all just a dance that we are apparently doing together, but there's just one finding itself through experience, finding itself through objects, through achievement, through anything. It could be anything, but it always has to be something to get when there's nothing to get. And that's when it stops, and that's when self is seen as everything and not a thing. Both nothing as everything and everything as nothing. Through this dance that it plays for, I mean, who knows? That's the whole thing. The questions don't actually get answered. It's just seen that there never was someone asking anything. And that was the whole skit. That was the whole play. There never was a someone asking. There's just everything. And I'm kind of trying out this mic right now, so I just went on a rant really quick. And we'll see where this goes, but I'm allowing myself to just use this space to just speak. Not even trying to make words flow, but just letting the words flow. And we'll just see where this goes. I have no idea, I have no intention behind this. But it's just happening, and that's how I see it. And there's beauty behind not knowing, and there's beauty behind having no agenda behind doing things anymore. I'm just allowing this body to just move and operate on its own. And whoever comes along with the ride, cool. Who doesn't, cool. It's freedom, honestly. It's truly freedom to just be and just let things happen without needing to argue. Oh, I felt that with myself. About doing anything anymore. You're just doing it. Honestly, just doing it. Going with it. There's so much to say, but I'm not gonna say everything right now. But we're just trying this out, and I hope you have a lovely evening, or morning, or afternoon, wherever this timeless video finds you. All right, ciao.